Hello there. So John chapter 15 ends with Jesus telling the disciples they are going to suffer persecution. They're going to be hated by the world for their belief in him, because the world does not know him, it does not understand him, it rejects him because it wants what it wants. It's ruled right now by the prince and power of the air. When Jesus was tempted by Satan in the wilderness, Satan offered him all of the kingdoms of the earth. Jesus didn't once say, well, they don't belong to you right now, because they did, and they still do 2,000 years later. As a Christian, you're going to suffer. You're going to suffer persecution. You're going to have tribulation. You're going to have all these things. 2 Timothy 3, verses 10 to 12 talks about that. He says, if you want to live a godly life, you're going to suffer persecution. Acts 50, verse 40, they talk about being worthy of suffering for Christ. Philippians 1:29 talks about the privilege of suffering and struggling together. We struggle together for Christ. The history of the church, there's a lot of history of the church. You know, there's been some dark days, not always the finest moments of that, and it just shows you that there's been a lot of people that claim to be Christians who did things in the name of Christianity that they shouldn't have done. That happens today too. You know, there's a lot of that. You see that in Christian schools. Non-Christian schools need the Bible just as much as Christian schools. And it's like, sin is going to be sin no matter where you are. We need God everywhere we are, in every aspect of our lives. America needs to get back into that. We need to get Bible and prayer back into schools. Not that I want all these non-Christian teachers to try to teach it, but using it to remember that our country was founded on that. And I've gone off subject, sorry. But you know, as we get into the end of this chapter, just remember that if you're dealing and struggling with things for Christ, because you're living a godly life, because you're trying to be as Christian as you can be, as he wants you to be, it's all transformation. It's like the Santa Claus movie when you know, Tim Allen's character Scott Calvin puts on the Santa Claus identity. He becomes Santa Claus at that moment, but it takes, you know, the rest of the movie for him to become Santa Claus. You know, he is Santa Claus when he puts on the jacket. When we are saved, we put on Jesus Christ, his righteousness, not ours. And it's a lifetime process of transformation as he makes us more like him every day. And it's going to involve suffering. It's going to involve tribulation as we go against the grain of this world, as we go against the sin of this world and the things that people are doing. All the while remembering that Jesus told his disciples, and he tells us, love one another. That is how they will know. That is how the world will know we are his. Thank you for listening. God bless.